Hello guys, we're back with our next lecture. In this lecture, let us go through the next topic or next concept. Okay, so this problem is a job scheduling problem, guys. So this problem also belongs to greedy method, guys. Okay, yes. So this problem is in this way. So let me explain you first of all what exactly we are trying to solve. Okay, so assume that you are a project employee or a project manager or someone. Okay, yes, and every day you get some items or you get some jobs, right? Yes. So those jobs will have a deadline, right? So whenever you get a project, you will be having a deadline, right? Yes. So based on the deadline, in how much efficient way you can store your items, you can allocate your jobs, okay, and such that they are passing they are before the deadlines or they are exactly on the date of deadlines. Okay, so the only rule here is so it will be given in this way, guys. So you will be having some tasks with the deadlines and the profits also. So here again our goal is to get the maximum profit. So once you heard the maximum profit, you will be saying that okay, so this question also belongs to greedy method. Yes, you are absolutely correct, guys. Got it? Yes. So let us start. So so I'll be going through the theoretical part, so don't worry. Okay, so whenever a particular question is given, okay, so the first thing is observe how much time deadline we are having. So we are having only two, means only two items you can carry. So 0, 1 and 2. Okay, so a simple approach will be, so in deadline 2, which is having maximum value, I'll select that. Similarly in deadline 1, what is maximum value, I'll select that. So this item should be completed before 2, guys. This item should be completed before 1. Got it? Yes. So I'll be selecting in 2, which is maximum 115. So I'll be selecting T3 here. Similarly in these two, which is maximum T4. So I'll select T4. So the result will be 115 plus 27, right? So it is a 142, I think so. It's correct. Yes, it's 142. So if I follow this approach, I'll get this as the result. Okay. So let us try thinking some other approach. So what is the first maximum value? That is 115, right? Yes. So obviously I want to take 115 for sure. Okay. And what is the next maximum value? T1. So that is a 2. Remember. Okay. So what is the deadline of a T1, guys? It is a 2. Means before a second, I can do it on any day, right? So why can't I do it on first day? That will result me in 115 plus 100. I'll go up to 120, 215 profit. So this is the main logic here, guys. So you want to arrange them. Remember, concentrate here, guys. So this is the most important statement which I am saying. So the main goal here is start selecting the maximum cost or maximum profit values and allocate them to the farthest possible. So here T3 is having maximum profit, right? So 115. So I allocated the farthest possible. So it can at most go to 3. If there are 100 slots here, so it can go up to 3. It cannot go at 4. It cannot go at 5 or 6 or 3 also. So it can go up to 2 only. So I give here. Okay. Similarly T1. So T1 is again 2. As 2 is already occupied and I want to give T1 a chance, I'll be taking the previous step. So in this way you will fill, guys. So this filling is nothing but the job scheduling problem. So this is the solution. That's it. There's nothing crazy in this question, guys. Okay. Yes. So now let us go through the theoretical part. Then we'll be going through a gate question, guys. Okay. Yes. So most of you will be interested if I take gate questions, but most of the time I prefer taking normal examples, guys. Because if I solve the same example again in the PYQs, it will be a bit boring for me as well as for you also. Okay. Yes. So let us start. So in job scheduling problems, we have a single CPU. So that is nothing but ourselves with non-primitive scheduling. So non-primitive means you are not going to break them, guys. So I will do half job with T1, half job with T3, half job with T4, half job of T4. So that things are not allowed. So if you start, you should complete. That's it. Okay. And we will have n jobs. With each job, we assume the arrival time as 0. So all jobs came at the time 0. And the burst time of each of them is 1 unit. So basically at max, they will take only 1 unit of time. So that's also you should remember. And each job is associated with a deadline DI and profit PI. Got it? Yes. So the whole explanation has tried to represent in terms of CPU processing, CPU scheduling we call it, right? Yes. So anyway, we'll be discussing operating systems also. Don't worry. Okay. Yes. So now you got the question. So you'll be solving it in this way, right? Yes. So this way is wrong, guys. So basically here we are selecting each deadline max 1 item. Okay. That's not a good approach. And finally we understood that the best approach will be selecting the maximum to minimum, right? Yes. Okay. So here we are having a gate question. I think I did not write the year number. Okay. So anyway, there's no problem with that. So let us start solving it, guys. Okay. Yes. So if possible, you also please take a piece of paper, guys. It's a request from my side. Okay. Yes. So here from the question, so first thing what you should do, you should check what is the maximum deadline. So the maximum deadline is 7. So in total we are having 7 different slots, guys. I think this question might be really interesting, right? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7, right? Yes. Okay. So first let us start. So the first statement, what I told, select the maximum value. So here what is maximum, guys? 30, right? Yes. So what is that? T3. Okay. So where T3, what is the maximum time it can take? T5 units. So let us take, 5 time. Okay. So let us write it here. T3. Before 5 only it is completed. Absolutely perfect. So T3 got a slot. Okay. Similarly, the next highest is a T9. So it can go up to 3. So T9 is done. Nice. So I'll be writing the values here because if it's asked to add, we can add them easily, right? Yes. So this is also done. So the next maximum is 23, which is at T7 and it's at 2. So T7 will be pushing it here and 2. Nice. And the next maximum. Okay. So now we got 2 options, guys. That's really good. Okay. So now let us try taking. Okay. So let us try taking this T4, guys. Okay. So observe carefully. Can you take T4, guys? Yes, we can take. Okay. Yes. Okay. Okay. So first of all, let us take T5, guys. It will be easy, right? Yes. So T5. So T5 is next to maximum and it can go up to 4, right? Yes. So here you will be giving T5 a chance. Nice. Okay, sorry, I did a small mistake here. Okay, yes. So T5, before T5, we are having 20 also, right? So T2, it will take the second slot. So second slot is already full. So I'll go to the previous slot. So T2 will take here, right? Yes. So now let us take T5. So T5 is next to maximum, right? 18. Okay. So 18 and its maximum slot is a 4. Okay, so am I doing, so okay, I have already given the slot. Okay, that's absolutely perfect. So now let us come for T4. So T4 can complete up to 3. So before 3, do we have any slot, guys? No. Hence this T4 cannot get a chance. Got it? Yes. So moving on, the next maximum is 16, right? Yes. So that is at T8. So it is having 7 time. Wow, that's the last item. So this is also done. So moving on to the next maximum, that is 15. So 15 also before 7. So 15 will come here. That is T1. So this can also have a chance. And what about, so this is also done. So what about T6? There is no slots left. So we did not accommodate T6 and T4 in this question, guys. Okay. Yes. Because we are having 7 slots and we are having 9 items, right? Yes. So if you want to calculate the maximum value, you can just calculate it. You can just do the sum. I think the question is not about that. So the question asked is about which items are not got a slot. So T4 and T6 did not got a slot. So that's the conclusion of this question. Okay. Yes. So now you got an idea, right? So how exactly I am filling? So remember, select the maximum value and fill at the farthest position possible, guys. That's the only statement which I say for this job scheduling. Got job scheduling, right? Yes. So I hope everyone got a clear idea about this job scheduling problem. So in the next lecture, let us start a new concept, that is a dynamic programming, guys. So the dynamic programming is one of the most interesting topic if you get the concept, guys. It will be a nightmare if you are not concentrating when we are discussing dynamic programming, because it's a bit tough. I agree it is a tough, but if you understand the concept, it will be a piece of cake for you guys. Okay. Yes. So that is the reason why we'll be discussing about dynamic programming and few examples. There are total 4 different problems related to dynamic programming. Also, we'll be discussing them in the next lecture. Okay. Yes. So let us meet in the next lecture. Thank you. Thanks for watching. Like, share and subscribe for more awesome videos like this. Thank you.